Hi and welcome. My name is Julie Muse. This is Peter Vekselman. So, what we wanted to talk about today, what makes a good partner, right? Like when you're going into a partnership with somebody, we're not just looking for anybody, right? We're looking for certain types of people. There's one thing that we do. We have a partnership called Partner Driven Max, right, Pete?
Yep. Well, I think this whole concept of partnership is very important. Let's face it, you and I live and die with it. We used to do our own real estate deals and we're very successful at it. And now 100% of our deals are with partners across the United States. But for those that might be listening for the first time, talk a little bit, because you're so much in charge of the PD Max and you're so influential there, and you're kind of driving that ship. For somebody that doesn't know what PD Max is, maybe listening to us for the first or second time, give it a brief description. Exactly what does it mean to be one of our PD Max partners?
Well, I love that question. And and I want to specify it as a partnership, not a program, right? So that's number one. Really with PD Max, and you and I both, we're looking for real players.
Yep.
And what do we mean by that? We mean people that are absolutely 100% committed, 100% ready to take this business to the next level. So over the years, thank goodness, we have such an amazing team. We had this idea many years ago that, hey, what if we worked with these individuals and leveraged our team to build their business?
That's right.
Right? You and I both know there's about one thing that really makes the money in this business. People think, oh, that's getting the right money, or that's having an office, or it's doing that. The real money in this business is made when you make offers to sellers, right?
It's the only time money's made.
Yeah.
If you think about everything else, you might be able to save a little money, getting a better contractor, getting, better, cheaper money. But you're absolutely right. The only thing that makes money in this business is marketing, talking to sellers. So, and this is really where the PD Max really separates from, for people doing anything else, because at the PD Max level, we get very involved with our partners on that side, don't we?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So really the premise goes around, how do we structure a partnership where we put them in a place to win? Meaning, not that anything else in this business isn't important, it really is. But how do we make a partner get to a chance where they're making more offers? Well, number one, it's important that you have a business entity set up. Not crucial if you're first starting out, but I believe from day one that you should start taking tax advantages, right? And there's an advantage to being a business owner for tax purposes. So not only do we set them up with just a business, we set them up with one of the top business builders in America that I know of. I don't know anybody greater than Ross Brunson at doing this. And the reason I want to set people up with him first, Peter, is I know they're going to make more money, right? So it's good to be with somebody like that from the beginning to have that conversation. So it's a consultation with him so that we're getting started from the very beginning. Next is branding. Well, I'll tell you, probably 10 years ago, branding wasn't as important as it is now, right? Because people are looking at you as an investor online.
That's right.
Social media, websites, the whole 9 yards. And a lot of us, when we're putting this business together on our own, you may have the money for business cards this month. You may have the money for a website here. You may have time to put social media together here. So what happens is you've got a lot of different messaging out there. So what we're going to do with our team is that we're going to create the branding right off the start.
Okay.
So that all of the branding is the same
Yep.
for their social media, their Facebook business page, their Instagram business page. We're going to build a customized website for them. We're also going to build a custom branding package so that their logos are delivered in multiple file settings. Now, Peter, maybe that's not the thing that people think about when building their business, but why is that important to have the branding and your social up?
Well, you hit the nail on the head. Before it wasn't as critical because, like when I got started, even when you got started, right? What happens? We talk to sellers, and how would sellers check you out? They might ask for a reference. Every once in a while, people even ask for resumes back then.
Yeah.
That's the way we used to do things. People don't ask for resumes anymore.
Yep.
People don't ask for references too much, although every once in a while they will. People do their own due diligence. And really what branding does is it makes you either look like a real estate investor, or a lack of branding makes you look not like a real estate investor. And in this business, if you think about it, why this is so important, we're dealing with the biggest asset somebody has, right? We're dealing with something that people don't have, house. What's the next biggest asset? Maybe a car. The bottom line is this is a very important decision for someone. So if I'm making an incredibly important decision, maybe the biggest decision I've ever made, the number one thing I want to make sure I'm going with is I'm going with someone credible, right?
Yep.
And the bottom line is what branding does, it equals credibility. So I believe in today's marketplace, if somebody's Googling your name or if somebody's checking you out and you're like just another Joe off the street, play softball on weekends, parties and, has a regular job, and you're competing against me and somebody Googles my name and what do I come up through? Investor, history, look like an investor, have social media that looks like an investor. I can tell you without a shadow of doubt, that seller is going with me.
Yep, absolutely. So we've got the business built, the business entity, the custom branding, a website, your creative for your social media, such as your Facebook business page, your Instagram business page. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to build out a custom CRM system. Again, our team is doing this for you, with you. So a CRM stands for Customer Retention Management. Really what it is it is a system to house your potential clients generally if somebody's using a CRM. And in my opinion, and I know it's yours, fortune's in the follow-up.
100%.
I mean, if you do not have a way to market to sellers at a higher scale, you're not going to get to the numbers that somebody's wanting to get to, like within 7 or 8 months, closing 2 to 5 deals a month, right? You've got to put these marketing channels in. It's funny, I tell people a lot that the real estate investing business is not even about real estate. It is a marketing company that just so happens to do real estate. So our team is going to set that up. And the reason we need this, Pete, is because our system has an automatic dialer so that you're more efficient when you're making phone calls.
Right.
We have campaigns already set up for text messaging campaigns, email campaigns, and follow-up funnels that are done automatically. Now, when you're putting something like this together, it takes time for an individual to do this. We've done it over and over and over again. So why not have the best, like Miss Patrice on our team does all that for them, and Miss Kristen. I mean, and it's impeccable. I mean, they put all of our systems together.
Well, bottom line is this. The beautiful thing about what we offer our partners is we help them leverage. And a lot of times people think, well, leverage, I mean, what, you leverage with money? Yes, we do. We provide all the capital, and I'm sure Julie will hit that. But we help them leverage through systems, right? Because it takes time to operate all this, right? It takes time to follow up. It takes time to manage a CRM. It takes time to just input things into a CRM. It takes time to make sure it's running correctly. But, and Julie's absolutely right, for those of you that have heard me teach real estate investing, for those of you that have heard me teach specifically negotiations and getting deals done, I always tell people that the money is made on the follow-up. And so what the CRM allows people to do is it allows you to get to the point where all the money is made. And the fact that we let our team handle that for our PD Max partners, that's huge.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we've got the system in place. now we got to get to the deal side of things, right? So what are we going to do? We're going to be looking for motivated sellers. We know where to find motivated sellers, right? So, Pete, for people that are in Partner Driven Max, do you know that I'm pulling between 3 to 5,000 raw data leads a month?
Wow.
Skip tracing them. So I'm finding their phone number, their email address, their information so that I can place that into the CRM. So we'll be pulling the leads, we'll be skip tracing them, we'll set up this CRM, we'll input the leads into the CRM. Now you're like, well, great, you got all my systems set up and ready to go. Remember what I said at the beginning? I said the person that spends their time making offers is the ones that are going to be truly successful.
Yep.
So we don't want you making those calls, those thousands of calls, do we?
No, absolutely not. Because the reality is this: I always say there's 2 types of calls to be made in this business, right? There's the raw cold call, which, by the way, both of these have to be made. There's the raw cold call, which is basically, like you just said, you're taking raw leads, raw information. You're zeroing in as much as possible on people that'll sell, but it's still raw, and there's still no warmth to any of them. The second kind of call to make is a warm lead. And a warm lead is basically you're identifying the raw leads and you're extracting those and generating warm leads out of there. And let's face it, it's not uncommon to have hundreds and hundreds of raw leads to just 1 or 2 warm leads, right?
Absolutely.
And think about this: where's your time best spent? Is it spent dialing? And I know a lot of people have to do that. Julie and I are a huge proponent of that, and we both did that when we got started. We know it's a must-have. But what if you can have somebody else, right, make all the raw calls, call all the raw leads, and extract the couple warm leads? Couple things. Number one, your time is best used that way, right? Because it's 5-10 minutes talking to somebody warm, hours and hours talking to somebody cold. Number two, your chance of success goes through the roof. So the bottom line is this, not to interrupt you, it's not just a matter of finding one, but it's a matter of training them, supervising them. Guess what? Every once in a while, getting rid of the wrong ones and doing that. I could tell you that the ultimate, again, you hear me talk about this, and it's so true, the ultimate shortcut to success in real estate investing, it's very simple. It is having somebody to reach out to potential owners and potential motivated sellers for you. There's no better shortcut than that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we've got it stacked here. We've got the caller. We've got all your leads taken care of. Here's our guarantee, which I think is a pretty amazing guarantee. We guarantee that at least one time a day, Monday through Friday, you receive a lead of somebody that raises their hand and says, I want to sell my house and I want you to make me an offer.
Yep.
How cool would that be? Like, if you're going into your real estate investing business, would you rather make the 300 or 400 calls it takes to get to that one person in a day? Do you know how gruesome that can be? Or would you rather talk to the one person and make an offer to that one person? What would you rather?
It's no brainer, Julie. You hear me talk about this a lot. When I got started, my magic number was 2. Every day I wanted to have 2 people that just raise their hand and says, well, yeah, sure, I'll sell if the price is right. And that consistency of that literally got me from 0 to here within a couple short years. And what we're saying to you here is that could be cut in half. I mean, literally.
Because you had to build all of that.
100%. So what took me 3 years back then, literally, I'm sure I could have done it in under 1 year. So the bottom line is this. This is the moneymaker in what we do here and what you do here specifically, Julie, for PD Max people in terms of generating that motivated seller lead on a daily basis. It's a game changer.
Yeah, and I think I've even kind of left some of the best for last. No, the next thing is we don't want you to lose your real estate deals at the closing table. Really bring our entire back office to take the property from contract to close.
Yep.
Because again, we want you to focus your time on finding more deals, not spending hours on the phone with a title company or or an attorney. Now, that's hugely, hugely important, especially you got to know what you're doing, right?
Got to know what you're doing. there's shorter shortcuts and there's basic shortcuts. And across the board, leveraging our team, leveraging our leads, leveraging our callers, leveraging our know-how, leveraging our capital, leveraging. This is why at PD Maxx we're so excited to share. We have, over 70% success rate in terms of people doing deals that become our PD Maxx partners. And the 30% they haven't done deals is they haven't done them yet because they just got started. It's the ultimate shortcut in the real estate business.
I think we're going to leave some of the best things for last, so here goes. You work directly one-on-one with our top master coaches, myself, and with Peter. This is not a group environment, meaning we want to help grow your business because, listen, he's funding the deals and we're splitting profits with you. Think about that for a minute. Not only can you get in the business, right, have an entire team working for you. We understand the value of time, so we are going to put you in a place to where your time is used wisely on the money-making activities. All of these other things we said are very, very important. But if you're really wanting to build a business and take it to the next level, you're simply just one person.
There's no question. PD Maxx, the ultimate shortcut for you to be a successful real estate investor.